Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Sippin' It with Roaster Rich. This is a new series we're launching where we highlight some small coffee roasters while sipping on some of their coffee. Today we're featuring Brewtus Roasting, a small batch specialty coffee roaster based in Delmar, New York. A little fun fact, I actually discovered Brewtus Roasting through the same person that brought me into Hero Coffee Roasters and trained me as a roaster, Lane Rode. Lane has since moved to New York and now works for Brewtus Roasting, so if you see Lane, if you know Lane, shout out Lane. If you check out Brewtus online, you can actually see they offer up to 10 different types of coffee bags ranging from single origin and blends. For this showcase today, we ended up landing on the Brewtus blend. This blend is an Arabica medium roast featuring 3 different coffee varieties and is described as having notes of milk chocolate, caramelized sugar, and stone fruit. So we're expecting something sweet, balanced, and fruit forward. Now that we've talked about the coffee, let's get into sipping. Here at our roastery, our preferred brewing method is a pour over. Cut to the montage. Cheers. What's really apparent for me is that stone fruit, the peach flavor they were describing. That is very, very apparent in this coffee, and I'm actually quite liking it. Coming from someone who doesn't drink a lot of stone fruit coffee or stone fruit tasting coffee, I tend to prefer something like a dark roast or a little bit more like a dark chocolate, darker smoky flavor. I know that's kind of controversial, maybe coming from a roaster. I'm supposed to like the lighter ones, but hey, man, I like what I like. What, you can't blame me. But this is something that I could drink black, and I tend to drink more black coffee nowadays, anyways. Sometimes I'll add milk, but this is something that I think I wouldn't add milk to. Keep it black, especially with that peach flavor. You really don't need to add any flavor to this. Something else that I'm noticing with every sip is that it's actually pretty smooth. And that's also something I tend to look for in a coffee, is the taste going down. How does it feel sitting in your mouth? Does it coat your mouth? Is it easy to go down? Does it stick in the back of your throat? The taste going down, super smooth. I think when you first take a sip, it's a little bit acidic, which isn't bad in coffee. It's just another way of describing the taste. I mean, I really don't have any complaints, and that's especially coming from someone who doesn't typically drink fruit coffee. I'm usually not a big fan, but I can say that for this cup of coffee, that peach flavor is really doing it for me. I think it's usually maybe like a blueberry or a raspberry or something that's a little bit more tarty that I don't quite like. That sweet taste is more coming through in this rather than something that might be a little too acidic. As a coffee roaster, I can confidently say I highly recommend Brewtus Roasting. Check them out, buy a bag. And of course, if you haven't yet, we're going to have a link in the description. Make sure to check out Brewtus Roasting. Brewtus Roasting is owned and operated by Steven, who roasts every batch by hand. They also roast fresh 1 to 2 times a week and ship directly to customers, focusing and highlighting on the natural characteristics of each coffee rather than overpowering them. They also take sustainability seriously. They compost coffee waste, they reuse burlap sacks, and they even use bamboo stirrers in offering fully composable cups and lids. Even as a small company, they're intentional about supporting farmers and reducing their environmental impact. Again, thank you to Brewtus Roasting for the excellent coffee, and happy sipping. Cheers.